Every holiday shopper's got a list, but Ross shoppers, you've got a mission. Like a gift run that turns into a disco snow globe, throw pillows, and PJs for the whole family, dog included. At Ross, holiday magic isn't about spending more, it's about giving more for less. Ross, work your magic.
Okay, making a career move at the senior level. That's one of the biggest projects you'll ever take on. But here's the thing, there is a critical blind spot. A single mistake that even the most successful executives make, and it can throw the whole thing off course. So in this explainer, we're going to break down what that mistake is, and more importantly, walk through a powerful way to make sure you avoid it.
Tragic mistake. I mean, that's a pretty heavy phrase, right? And the source uses it for a reason. The cost here isn't just about your career. This one little slip-up can seriously impact your finances, your momentum, and even your mental health.
So what is it? What is this one thing that can derail such a high-stakes job search? Let's get right into it.
You know, ironically, this mistake isn't born from a weakness. It actually comes from a strength. The exact same self-reliance and independence that got you to the C-suite, well, that can become your biggest liability when you're looking for your next role.
And there it is. The single biggest mistake is trying to handle a complex, senior-level job search all by yourself. It's that I've got this mentality, but taken to a really dangerous extreme. Because in a search like this, going it alone is it's a bad strategy. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, I've managed huge, complex projects my whole career. Why is this any different? Well, the difference is that the price you pay for isolation in a job search is uniquely damaging in ways you might not see until it's way too late.
It really starts with the nature of the search itself. It's just lonely. And that isolation, almost every time, starts to chip away at your mental health. It leads to stress, to self-doubt, and here's the real kicker. That emotional toll directly hurts your chances of success. It shrinks your opportunities and just slows everything down.
So, if being isolated is the problem, the solution has to be structured support. And we're not just talking about casually asking a friend for a little help. No, this is about formally putting together what the source calls your personal board of advisors.
This is so much more than just a group of buddies. Think of it as your own dedicated feedback environment. The most important words here are trusted and support. This is your personal brain trust, a strategic counsel for what could be the single most important move of your entire career.
So, how big are we talking? Well, the recommendation is really specific, 5 to 7 people. And that's not just some random number. It's the strategic sweet spot. It's big enough that you get different perspectives and avoid groupthink, but it's small enough to stay manageable and intimate, so everyone can actually stay engaged.
And there's a hard ceiling too, 10. An absolute maximum of 10 people. Once you go past that, you're not really getting more insight. You're just watering down the feedback. The whole point is to have deep engagement, not just shallow reporting. You're going for quality of input, not just a long list of names.
And who do you invite to this board? The criteria are actually pretty simple, but they're powerful. You're looking for 2 types of people: trusted peers who really get your world, and proven mentors you can draw on for their wisdom. But the one thing they all have to have in common, the absolute foundation of this whole thing, is deep, genuine trust.
Okay, this next part is so important because there's a huge misunderstanding about what you're actually asking these people to do. And getting the board's true mission right is the difference between this whole strategy working or failing spectacularly.
Here it is, the most critical distinction you can make. Their mission is not to find you a job. That's a transactional ask, and it puts a really awkward pressure on the relationship. No. Their real mission is to be a strategic resource, to give you ideas, make a few key introductions, share some market intel, and give you that totally honest feedback you just can't get anywhere else.
It all boils down to this. You are not asking them to do the work for you. As the source says, you're just keeping them in the loop and inviting their ideas. See how that shits things? It changes the whole dynamic from a transaction to a strategic partnership. And believe me, that changes everything.
So when you build this board and you manage it the right way, it becomes way more than just a job search tool. It becomes one of your most powerful, most resilient career assets, something that can support you not just through this one transition, but for years and years to come.
So how do you get started? It's a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you shortlist those trusted peers and mentors. Second, you formally invite them. Call it your personal board of advisors for your career move. Make the ask feel as important as it is. And third, and this is the most critical part, you engage them. You keep them in the loop, you ask for specific feedback, and you always respect their time. Look, if you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Don't try to figure it out on your own. You're an expert in your field, sure, but you don't have to be an expert in the job search process too. The smartest move you can possibly make is to bring in the wisdom of others. And that really brings us to the final and most crucial question. Your next career move is your most important project. So take a second and really think about it. Who is on your board?